Alright guys, happy Sunday. In true running around like crazy fashion, sliding in sideways, it's actually technically Monday morning. But I haven't been to bed yet and it's only 30 minutes in, so we're gonna say it's still Sunday for the purposes of VEDA, so we can get this up before VEDA and rock and roll it. So dishwasher's going, it's gonna be kind of loud in here. I'm literally getting dinner done for my kids at 12:30 in the morning. Yeah, I know, mother of the year. But there was just a lot of stuff going on today. Okay. I don't know why I feel like this is such a weird angle. Well, it is a weird angle, but okay. So I basically didn't do a whole lot of anything for a while today because we are still recuperating from traveling, and that just felt like the thing that was going on in the moment. So we are having smoked sausage and a mac and cheese, which this one can go back in the cabinet because I probably won't have any. So one box is more than enough to split between my kids. And then we have another box to have for lunch sometime. So, again, we are talking about all things. I was talking about batching content, which we're gonna talk more about that tomorrow. Okay, today I just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about organizational stuff, even though we're not organized. But we're going to talk a little bit about organization. We're going to pretend that we're more organized than we are. So yeah, my whole place is ridiculously cluttered because we are still, like I said, we came back and unpacked a bunch of stuff, and I had food that I'd brought with, or actually I had some food that I brought with, like chips and stuff, but we had more food that we bought there that we brought home. So everything just got thrown everywhere, and that's where we're at right now. My dishwasher broke. So fun fact, it like fell apart, and if you can see it, like the heating element that dries it melted the arm, the sprayer arm. Like there's the holes for the sprayer. So I have it propped up in there so that I can do dishes, but they will be coming to fix it this week, hopefully, fingers crossed. But at some point in time, it fell over while it was in the middle of the thing, and nobody knew it. We were asleep, and nobody smelled the burning. I don't even know. I don't know how it burned all the way through all of that, and nobody knew it, but whatever. That's where we're at right now. Okay, testing macaronis. I think we're good on that. So I'm gonna move y'all just a little bit here so that I can come down here and grab the strainer. All right, and now I'm gonna move you guys a little bit closer here. This is gonna be an unedited one too, because we're running out of time. And I was just gonna stay up till like 3 o'clock in the morning, but I would actually like to sleep at least a little bit tonight while it's still night out. So, draining macaronis. Pop this back in. We get the generic shells and cheese. So, that's what we're rolling with. Generic shells and cheese. And some smoked sausage, and oh yeah, I didn't realize I was putting that right back on. Okay, so we'll see if this works, but anyway, so I was going to talk about organization today because that felt like the thing to talk about, even though we're not organized. And maybe that's why, right? Because organization is somewhat of an illusion. Okay, so you can have your best laid plans laid out and have all this stuff that you think is going to go perfect, and then stuff just happens. So that's the first thing that I want to give you guys. The first tip I want to give you is no matter how organized you try to be, life still happens. So you cannot be so attached to your plan that if life happens, you're gonna fall apart, because life is gonna happen and things are gonna fall apart, and you just have to kind of be okay with that. All right, so mixing the mac and cheese here. My oldest was saying, Mom, it's like way past my bedtime, so I have to get her fed. Trying not to get cheese on everything. This is gonna be a fun vlog for y'all, just because I'm all over the place on this. All right, that's done. We like make things right, take things right out and finish rinsing them off. All right. So that's my first tip for you guys, is just not to get too attached to the plan. Have a plan, that's a good idea, but don't get too attached to it. Know that things can change on the drop of a dime, and it is what it is. My next plan for you guys is know what you're capable of and where your limits are. Okay, don't try 7 new recipes on a week when you're gonna be gone all, for like half the day every day, right? Because that's just like asking for it. So, okay, there's that. So, in true, this is how we roll fashion. I'm just gonna half and half it and dump about as much mac and cheese as I think a kid's gonna eat on each side of this. And away we go. My smoked sausage has peppers and onions in it, which is why I'm probably not gonna have any mac and cheese. So, but make sure that you're like not setting yourself up for failure by biting off more than you can chew. Know what you're gonna be doing that week, and if you need to, just change a plan up, right? Like, okay, we'll do this meal plan next week when I've got more time to actually prep and work through stuff. This week we'll do something easy. When it comes to school, if you are homeschooling, try to make it as fun as possible at the very beginning, because if we get into the new school year feeling like we're dragging our feet, the whole school year is gonna feel crazy. It's gonna feel like it's gonna take forever. Every little ounce, every little step is gonna feel like it takes forever. So my suggestion to you, my best suggestion, is to just try to come at it with as much fun as possible in the beginning, and then try to keep that up. Sometimes it doesn't work that way. Sometimes we have to do stuff that's just not fun, and I get that. But try to keep as much of a fun attitude, as much fun involved in it as possible at the beginning. So that is another tip for you guys. And then just like, don't do too much at one time. Okay, if you know that you're not gonna be able to keep up on stuff, drop something. You don't have to do 7 subjects all at once. You can do 5 subjects or 4 subjects to begin with, and then once you get the swing of that, you can add 1 or 2 more. That's fine. Don't think that because everybody else does all of these at once, you do you. You do your homeschool the way that works best for you. Okay? Same thing with meal planning, same thing with anything. Okay, just like when we traveled this last week, we changed up the plans a lot from where they were supposed to be, And a lot of what we did was chilling. A lot of what we did was sitting in somewhere and watching the scenery, watching the animals, watching the water, learning about the boats, different things like that. And it was all still a new experience. So it doesn't really matter if it doesn't feel like vacation, right? Because we were still enjoying ourselves, and that is what really counts. Okay? So I'm gonna feed these guys, I'm gonna eat myself, and I'm gonna hop into bed after I upload this. You guys, I am so grateful for being here. I'm grateful that we're making a number 3 day here, and tomorrow is gonna start batching content. I'm so excited for that. We're gonna do a quick one. I'm gonna do 2 tomorrow. So we're gonna do a quick one that's gonna be about how to set goals and your visions, and then we're going to jump right into the content creation portion of this starting tomorrow. I will be live on TikTok probably around 8 o'clock in the morning for like an hour, and then I will probably be back on again tomorrow night. If you're seeing this, drop a comment, let me know what you're excited about for batching content. I'm Kimberly Cox. This is the Neuro Circus VEDA Day 3. I will talk to you guys all later. Bye.